everyone, my name is Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thank you for joining me today on this Flosstube Friday for Flosstube number 37. And I think this is probably going to be a short one. I don't have a ton of stuff to show you. It's finals week, and so I've basically been grading papers and exams. Well, papers all week and then exams all weekend. And I posted on my social media today that I am at the cookies for breakfast part of the semester because that was my breakfast of end of the semester professors. But I do have some things to show you, so it won't be a complete waste of your time, I promise. But before we get to that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you for joining me on my artistic and crafty adventures, and welcome back everyone who's been hanging out with me for however long you've been with me. It has been fantastic, like really fantastic to get to know you all in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you are not following me on Instagram, you can find me at Dr_Christy. I'll put that right here. And that's where I post pictures of like my crafting during the week, my pictures of my cookies for breakfast, pictures of my dog, pictures of my week, you know, whatever I'm doing during the week, I post there. And it's been great getting to know you. And if you'd like to get to know me better, my daily kind of curated pictures, you can find me at Dr_Christy. This is a channel about embroidery and cross stitch and other textile crafts and history and baking and the history of those things. That was off. That was mixed around, but that's okay. You get the point. Basically, I talk about the things that I do and love, which are crafting, textile crafts, baking, history, and I have a new thing that I want to show you today that I'm kind of excited about. So, speaking of new subscribers, holy cow, I have a lot of new subscribers, and I'm 1000% sure that that's because of all the nice things that Michelle said about me. Oh, Michelle G over on BeStitchMe. Yeah, I hope that I can live up to all the nice things she said about me. Thanks, Michelle, for saying such nice things about me. And those of you who subscribed, I appreciate that because I know that I'm not a kind of traditional floss tuber because I don't really do much cross stitch. I mostly do embroidery. And I appreciate you coming and sticking around and subscribing, and that's really kind. I appreciate it very much. And Michelle, that was very kind, all the nice things you said about me, and I appreciate you very much. So yeah, so thanks for coming. And I will now get to the textile part of the show. I do have an FFO. It is not a stitching FFO. I made dish towels. So these are linen dish towels that I made, and I will put a link to this fabric down below. The fabric, this is the width of the fabric. And so you only have to sew the edges, and basically you buy 3 yards and it makes 4 dish towels. And these are literally the best dish towels I've ever had. They soak up everything. What I find is that when I have a dish towel and I dry my hands are still wet. When I dry a dish, the dish is still wet. These linen dish towels, like, dry everything. They're amazing. I made 4 of them before. They're wonderful. I made 4 more. I'm so excited. They have not been through the wash yet, so they're still very stiff, but they're linen, so they will soften up, essentially. And I did have a little bit of trouble with them, and maybe you sewists out there can help me out with this. I bought very cheap, I have to say, hemming foot sets. And so there are 3 rolled hem foots. I guess they're all rolled hem foots. So I have 3 small ones and then 3, like this is like the medium one. This is like 1/2 inch hem. And I was trying to hem this with the foot thinking that would be easier, but like, let me show you. I need to put things down. If you look, you know, this is where the needle is, and it should hit just at the edge of the roll, but it wasn't. The roll kept kind of sliding this way, and then I would sew not on the roll at all. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, if this is just a garbage hem foot, if my machine is just too cheap. My machine's an inexpensive machine, so I wouldn't be surprised if like my machine was just maybe off a little bit. I don't know. Has anyone used rolled hem foots successfully? Give me some tips. And I want to know this because, so we're getting into plants here. One of the reasons why I haven't thrown these in the washing machine yet, and I made these like last week, is because I want to make handkerchiefs. When COVID started a little over a year ago in my area and lockdown happened, there was a run on paper products. I'm sure everyone in the US, I don't know if this was global or if it was just the US, but everyone in the US, I'm sure, remembers the paper product drama from last spring. And I have allergies and I blow my nose all the time. And so I go through tissues like crazy. So I decided to start using handkerchiefs. So I have handkerchiefs that I use. And essentially I wasn't shopping. I wasn't going out. And I remembered that I had these linen napkins that were my grandmother's, who is still alive. My grandmother is still alive. But they moved into an assisted living facility and, you know, got rid of a bunch of their stuff. And I took these white linen napkins and I decided that they would make perfect handkerchiefs because I wasn't using them as napkins. They were just sitting there. So I'm like, okay, these will be perfect. So I started using handkerchiefs and I want to make more. And I have the linen that I got last week and then like 2 weeks before. Some of it was this really fine grained, you can see it better here, really smooth linen. And this is basically handkerchief linen. And so I want to make some really pretty blue, mustard, and pink handkerchiefs. And I want to use my rolled hem foot for them. And once I make them, I want to throw them in the wash with my towel. This is a very long story with not much payoff for you, so I'm very sorry for that. But basically, I finished those towels. I'm gonna make some handkerchiefs. They're all gonna go in the wash. These are gonna be embroidered with something cute. Or maybe something medieval and not so cute. I don't know yet. I know we're jumping ahead, but it's one of those days. That's an FFO and a plan. I've also been working on my red deer that I just keep rolled up with the floss because I'm like a monster. And here's my red deer. So I'm hopefully counted the outside correctly. I maybe should stop working on the outside and get to that deer to make sure it's correct. But either way, I've been working on the outside mostly because I've been grading so much. And so by the end of the night, I just kind of want to just stitch in a line. And once I figure out where the end is, I can just kind of go. So that's my red deer. And this is based on a lace pattern that I found at the Metropolitan Museum of Art from 1596. And so I'm basically charting it. I'll show you when it's done. I'll show you the original and you can see kind of what I did with it. But it's my own interpretation. And I love it. And I love stitching it. And I love how it looks. This is on 14 count oatmeal Aida, just DMC brand that I got at Joann's. And I am stitching it in 3 colors. Well, only 2 colors here because one of them's gone. But it is 352 is the light one, 666 is the medium one, and 3777 is the dark one, which is like, nope, not quite the color of my shirt. It's like a, I don't know, dark red, I suppose. It's a dark red. And I didn't say this, but this is what the red deer is going to look like. Sorry, forgot about that part. My next whip that I've been working on this week is my Hildegard of Bingen's Cosmic Egg, and this is what that's going to look like here. And here is where I am, and then I will post a picture here of where I was. So basically, I think this is all I did this week, is this. But I'm really pleased with how it's turning out, and I'm sorry that it's like loose and sloppy in the hoop. I've been stitching on it all week, but I haven't wanted to like keep it in the hoop tight because I don't want it to ruin my stitches, but I also like I also couldn't be bothered to take it all the way out. However, today I was watching Sarah Humphrey. I'll link her down below. She is an embroidery tutor, like a Royal School of Needlework trained embroidery tutor who really inspired me from the very beginning of my stitching. But she showed how to use an embroidery frame. And I might try something like that because this hoop is a little limiting. I gotta be honest with you. The hoop is limiting and I kind of want to try a frame. So I might try that this week. because this is my focus piece this week, because I want to finish this by the next time I see you. Can I do it? What are the chances? I am very ambitious. I almost never make those ambitious goals in enough time. I mean, I eventually will, but I'm going to try. I'm really going to try. My week is pretty light this coming week. I have meetings, I have assessments, I have advising of students, but I don't have a ton of stuff. I have reading I have to do. I'm going to try and, like, my goal is to finish this by next week. And I think if I have a frame where I can see the whole thing at the same time, that would be really helpful. So this is Hildegard of Bingen's Cosmic Egg. And I'm not sure if I said this. Hildegard of Bingen's Cosmic Egg. Hildegard of Bingen was a 12th century nun and mystic who had like divine visions. And one of them is a divine vision of the universe. And so this is the universe. So you can see the earth in the middle. This is the moon, the sun, and then the 5 planets you can see with the naked eye, which is Mercury through Saturn, and then the firmaments and other things too. If you don't know about Hildegard of Bingen, if you would like to know more about her, I made a video about her, which I'll put here. I think it goes over there. I'll put it over there and you can check that out. So this is my Hildegard of Bingen piece. I'm hoping you'll see it at least stitched. It may not be gold leafed and beaded because there's gold leaf and beading happening in here. And then this blue is watercolor. And this is just on a cotton linen blend in a natural color that I got, a yardage that I got. And it's stitched using all sorts of different flosses that just kind of live on this ring, and they're not beautiful like everyone else's are beautiful, but that's okay. This is real life, my friends. But it is a mixture of DMC, color and cotton, Dyeing4Cross Stitch, Weeks Dye Works. Basically, I went by color rather than brand. And it lives in my really sweet homemade, this is my first, oh, this is, I think, maybe the first project bag I ever made out of my map fabric. And then the final one I worked on is my temperature bookshelf in my book bag, which I love this bag so much. I definitely have to make more of these. This temperature bookcase, temperature library, is up to date through last Sunday. Woo! I work on this with my Zoom craft along with my mom every Sunday. And we're actually going to get cold again because we've had a cold week. And then we're probably going to get hot. So that's kind of fun, but we were very green with yellow and a little bit of blue. So we had a nice little bit of warmth happening and then cold again. This is stitched on a 100% linen yardage, and I'm using the called for DMC. This is a pattern that I designed and it's available on my Etsy shop, which I have linked down below. I have an embroidery version, which I'm doing in satin stitch to help me get better at my satin stitch. And I also have a cross stitch version, and you can find them all on my Etsy shop down below. But that is my temperature library. The other thing that I've been working on is I've been making, well, let me show you. My little sister turned 30 on Tuesday, and I made her some earrings that look like this, and I posted them on Instagram, and they are a satellite image of Perugia, which is where she did study abroad in college like 10 years ago. And this is like the main square and the neighborhood where her apartment was. And I'm pretty proud that I remembered where her apartment was. I had one visit 10 years ago. I got it right. I have excellent spatial awareness. Can't count. Excellent spatial awareness. Anyway, I thought, well, I kind of want Hieronymus Bosch earrings. So Hieronymus Bosch was an artist, and he made a painting that is everywhere. I mean, you can find this all over the place, called The Garden of Earthly Delights. And so this is what that painting is. It's like a triptych. And it's hell, earth, heaven. I decided I wanted Hieronymus Bosch earrings. And then I decided other people might want Hieronymus Bosch earrings too. I've made little discs, Hieronymus Bosch discs. So we have, I have silver ones, And basically each pair of earrings is going to get one hellish image and one earthly or heavenish image. And so some of them are silver, and that's with silver leaf, and some of them are gold with gold leaf. And I have all those beads that I found, so I'm gonna make like pretty little Hieronymus Bosch earrings. So I'm gonna put these puppies up for sale. I mean, I might keep my favorite ones. I'll put them up for sale on, I think I'm probably gonna put them on for sale on Instagram first, see if anybody wants them before I put them on Etsy, because I have to pay a fee to put them on Etsy. And if I find that like nobody's interested in them, then I'll just have lots of Hieronymus Bosch earrings, and you know, that'll be fun. But if people are interested, then I might make a bunch more and put them on Etsy. So that's the thing I have been playing around with, is making little earring discs. And speaking of beads, to make them into fun earrings, I got, and this is kind of haul, I got a bead storage unit. And this of course does not hold them all. I still have other bead storage units here, but at least they're all like contained in fewer boxes. So it's a start, right? It's a start. But I have my nice little container now. I also have some, you know, googly eyes, as you do, and a bunch of different beads. The other thing I got is a total steal. I went to Michael's, and that's where I got that bead container, and I looked through their clearance, and they had rotary cutter blades for $5. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'll get two. I was super excited. And then this one rang up as $10. And I'm like, that says $5. I think it was mismarked. This is $5 for one. This is $5 for 5. I got 5 rotary blades for $5. I went back to see if I could get more, but they only had the one. So I think that this one was a mistake. But I'm set on rotary blades for like the summer. So that's really fun. Yeah, so I've kind of talked about my plans throughout this video. Just to recap them: Hildegard of Bingen, handkerchiefs, my temperature library with my mom, and then I'm gonna make those earrings and put those up on Instagram. I also want to thank everyone for all the love that you gave to my history video. I hadn't realized how long it has been since I did a history video. I mean, it's been since January, which blows my mind because I love history videos. I think it's just been such a difficult semester that I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm hoping this summer to do more, and I'm going to clean up my kitchen and do some baking, and you can like do some historical baking with me. We'll revisit Hannah Mary Bouvier Peterson from the National Cookbook, the 1856 National Cookbook. I don't know. I just feel like my life is opening up again. So you can expect all sorts of fun things. Tuesday's going to be a short video. Tuesday, basically, I'm just going to show you how I fold my handkerchiefs so that they aren't gross on the outside. And so that you're always using a clean section. And so so it's not like yucky. There's a way I fold them, so it's not yucky. I will show you how I do that. It'll be short. It'll be good if you are like me and want to like save paper and always have a runny nose. With that, I will let you go. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks so much for joining me today. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.